Good day, viewers, and welcome back to another episode of Career Chronicles, where we dive into the world of the corporate space, getting to have a sit down or a chat with a few individuals from the corporate or informal settlement, rather. My name is Philippus Joseph, and today's episode we're going to be diving into three different segments. First one being the career spotlight, second, the expert advice, and then third, we'll be touching down and seeing what our local companies are up to. So do stick around and we'll see you right after the break.
Hi there, I'm the host of What's Cooking in TV Namibia, and I'm here to invite you to catch us every Friday at 9 on GTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube.
Yes, welcome back, viewers. As for our first segment for today, we are joined by the sales manager of Yande, Darren Diergaardt. Welcome, man.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, no problem. Just before I get into today's segment, let's just take a look back at, your childhood, your upbringing, man. Just take
where
us
I
through
started, yeah. So as of when I was born, all the way up until I was, let's say, 13, 14, I had a very good upbringing, financially stable, etc. And then obviously life happens, and you find yourself staying with family, going to different schools. Just to give you some context, I was at around about 14 different schools.
14?
Yes.
Sure.
Lower primary as well as higher primary, secondary. So I was all over the show. But that also gave me an opportunity to, learn different people, different personalities, different career paths as well. And I always had a niche for cars, vehicles. And I thought the best thing for me is, because I talk a lot, as well as I like cars, is vehicle sales. So what I've done is I started out at tech shop, Incredible Connection. I was there for about 2 years, and then I never stopped going to dealerships and looking for work. And then I eventually got in, and my peers now saw the talent in me and decided to, let's give this young man a shot. And then I got the promotion to sales manager, and that's just, the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, man. I mean, just touching on the fact that you mentioned that you went to 14 different schools.
Yes.
I mean, just take us through that, man. Did it take you like a year, a few months to be at like each school?
Yeah, so it's very seldom when I was where I was for a whole year at one specific school. It was usually 6 months, and then I switched. Not so much circumstances, but that also played a big role. I would say I also wanted to experience different cultures. Because I was in Windhoek, I was in Cape Town, I was in Swakopmund, I was every other different school that sounded like it was a nice school I wanted to go to. And I still do that today still. If I see a career path where it looks a bit more interesting or a bit more exciting, I would strive towards that or work towards that. So yeah, I always go for what I want.
Okay, and just going back to the opportunity that you got at Yande, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
Take us through some of the challenges that you faced, perhaps, especially going into the job for the very first time.
100%. So it was a learning curve. Obviously, I came out of sales, so conversing with clients was not the issue. The issue was product knowledge. And the thing is, like I said, I'm a car enthusiast. It's not always the easiest coming into a new environment, even though it's where your passion lies. There's a lot of smaller details that you have to take into consideration. Like, I never knew that there was so much admin involved in selling a vehicle, as well as the process for selling a vehicle. It took me around 6 months to get it down, but the type of person I am, I always just strive to keep the numbers up, not only because we work on commission, but obviously you have people above you that see you, and also just to keep them happy and keep that relationship good, It's one thing to work hard, but also you should bear in mind that you should always look at your surroundings, the people around you, and keep them happy as well. That's very important. Relationships are very important. That's the only way you get into anywhere nowadays. So, yeah.
And let's touch on pressure. How have you handled that?
Well, I have a motto in my own life that I never stress. Well, sometimes it gets to you. Obviously, we are just humans. Whatever happens, happens for a reason. And whatever is going to happen or happened should have happened for that specific reason. So I'm calm in the fact that I know what happened should have happened. And what's going to happen must happen. There's no other way for me to steer the ship into a different direction. You understand? I'm a big believer in God. So I believe He knows where I'm heading. And I find my peace in that, and that keeps me sane. That keeps the stress levels low as well. Yeah. And
outside work, what do you do to, basically keep yourself sane? Is there any sports or things that you have interest, apart from being a car enthusiast, obviously?
Most of my time is cars, vehicles all around. If I don't just sit at home making food, which I like, I'll climb into my vehicle and drive around Windhoek looking at other vehicles. I do it on a weekly basis, every Saturday, Sunday. Number one, I see new vehicles. Number two, I know what's going on in the market, because I am in the market as well, and you have to know what's going on around you. If I go to a specific dealership and see there's this and that car, and 3 weeks later it's still there, I know, okay, no, the market's not as it was, it's going downhill now. And then you adjust, and then you adjust your game plan and see where and how. But I like it, I always like a challenge. I like brainstorming, thinking of new ideas, making a way where there's no way. That's where I thrive.
Sure. Just going a bit off topic now, you did mention that you like cooking.
100%, yes.
What's your favorite meal? And from a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate your cooking skills though?
I would say a solid 6.5, because I know there's people that can cook. The favorite dish I like to make for myself would be long grain rice, bully beef, normal beef, the one you get in a can with a key. You put that in a pan with a teaspoon of oil, soy sauce, sugar, garlic, pepper. Fry that up.
Sugar?
Yes, yeah.
Really?
Put your rice on the side.
And then you
just throw it all together, and then you have a proper meal.
Really?
And it's a very cheap meal, and if you make enough, you can eat it for almost 2 days.
Yeah, true. Very affordable though.
100%. And then if we're going to restaurants, my go-to is spare ribs.
So basically just also focusing on that cooking aspect. So you want to say you don't cook for the family or anything, like on Christmas Day?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say so. I cook for my wife a lot because she works late, and I just like flavors, combinations.
And also just touching down on your upbringing. How was that? How has your support system been?
Great. My mom's behind me 100%. My dad as well. My siblings, and now my wife. My wife's my biggest supporter. Whenever it looks like there's no way, she tells me, you got it. And then deep down, even though it looked like you didn't have it, you always had it, So from a supporting standpoint, mom them, mother-in-law them, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and just to conclude things, could you just tell us a quote that you live by?
Aha. Now you got me, eh? Because there's so many things that I tell people, especially people looking for advice, is consistency is key.
True.
Not just the word in its essence, but take it as an example. Like, for example, me, I always wanted to sell vehicles, so it took me 3 months of consistently going to the same dealerships every 2 weeks to get my first answer. And even though through all the rejections, I still used to go back, not to look for work, but to build relationships. But if I can tell somebody something today, it would be consistency. Stay consistent, and don't let the no's get you down, you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, just keep on going, and even if they say no, you're building relationships.
Well, viewers, you heard that from Darren, man. Thank you for coming out today.
No worries, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
All I can say is, God bless you in your way forward.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Sure, man. And to all our viewers, do stick around, and we'll catch you right after the break.
I'll do. Can you maybe help me out? I'm writing an article and I need some help. Do you know how to spell exaggerate?
Yes, I can help with that. E-X-A-G-G-E-R-A-T-E. exaggerate. And you would have known this if you watched Straight Talk. Straight Talk is the smart youth show where the mettle of primary school learners are tested in grueling spelling bees, and the arguments of high school learners will be challenged and dismantled in rigorous debate. This year we start off with an Afrikaans spelling bee season.
Fariseïsme, 'n hipokritiese houding, veral in morele kontekste.
F-A-R-I-S-E, I met 'n deelteken, S-M-E.
And later this year, we will assess the English spelling prowess of the learners. Next season, we will bring the burning political questions to schools all over the country for debate to show Namibia what the youth has to say. Never miss an episode every Tuesday at 5 p.m. on NTV.
Thanks, Aldo. I really appreciate it, but I need some more help, please. Can you help me spell another word?
Aye, Zoe. Just watch Straight Talk every Tuesday at 5 on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25.
Good day, my name is Alexander Fase. I am the previous Chief Design Officer and Training Officer at NMH, Namibia Media Holdings, which is now a network media hub. Currently I have my own company, but I'm still a consultant for NMH as well, mainly training. So I'm really involved within the academy. We are busy currently with redeveloping the curriculums for journalism and for editorial design, which is one of my specializations. The importance of training is something what everyone must understand, that it's not only to develop yourself, but it also helps your career within a company. It always works in two ways. One side, you develop yourself and you have new career opportunities for you. On the other side, it's helping the company because you are better equipped to do your duties and your tasks. And that's how I see the importance of training and development, career development. I also believe that there's still a lot to do in Namibia in regards to training, especially young Namibians. In order to get the best result out, you need to know, and you need to know what questions you need to ask at, for instance, chat, or in what way you need to do things in, for instance, AI and Canva. Without not knowing where to go to in chat, you're just like a loose cannon. For me, it's very important that training is being given to young Namibians. There is a great potential in each and every person. It's only up to the training and to the training facilitator and the development of someone to unlock those potentials. And that is something what we really need to look into. I've seen it over the past 13 years. When people came in, we had people coming in at NMH without any qualifications, and when we put them in a program at the academy, we really saw those people growing and developing. And even if you are not staying at one place, each and every time when you do those trainings and you can develop yourself, you can go to the next place and improve yourself each and every time.
And just looking at the advancement of technology these days, and if you have to look at the media industry, just how important do you think learning apps like Canva or InDesign is important for those in the journalism space?
The new technology is very important, and I know a lot of people are afraid that jobs maybe will maybe gone. If we look at AI and ChatGPT, That's not how I look at it. The AI functions in software, and for instance Canva, which is also implementing AI as well, it's making your job just easier, faster, so you have actually time to do other things as well. It helps you to come to a result very quickly, and that's why I strongly believe in utilizing AI technology in software, and it helps you in developing as well. We cannot stop it anyway. I mean, each and every time when you open up ChatGPT or when you open up a new software tool, each and every month updates are done and you see the development in the software, and it's just amazing. It helps you perform your daily tasks and duties very easily, very efficient.
And looking at apps like ChatGPT that help especially people make their jobs easier, just what training or techniques are there in place just to prevent journalists or just people that are in training to not fully rely on apps like ChatGPT?
I think there's currently a lot of discussion about ChatGPT and using AI technology in general. I think we all need to be a bit cautious. We don't need to be afraid of it, but we need to be cautious how we are going to use it. So basically, currently for me, ChatGPT is what you ask at ChatGPT is what you also get out of it. So if you are asking the wrong questions at ChatGPT, you are definitely not getting a right answer out of it. And that is a thing what is constantly evolving. We all know it's self-learning, so that will improve definitely over time. The advice what I can give now is first know what you want to, first get the result. I'm not stating that everyone must fully rely on AI and, for instance, chat. The thing is, it can help you to come to a result. It can help you to set up a schedule. It can help you to get perspectives on, for instance, a story. And it can write you a story. But in the end, it doesn't have that personal feel to it. So we had a discussion this week during curriculum development for journalism, what we are working on. In what way does chat is connected to the modern journalist? And we feel that chat can help. For instance, I have a topic, I have a story, I want to have a specific news angle about that. I can ask chat to give me those angles, but I cannot ask chat to write me that story. That will not be possible. So for me, in chat and using AI, it's about asking the right questions. If you ask chat a very general question, you will get most definitely you will get a general answer. So you need to really specify what you need from chat. And that goes for the other programs as well. You need to specify what you need, and then most likely you will get an answer out of it.
And just to conclude things, any advice or words of encouragement you'd like to give to young professionals?
In regards to training, it's very important that you keep on your toes and develop yourself each and every time. I mean, I know it's not easy always, especially when you are working a full-time job. But even for me, I'm turning 49 in a couple of months, and even for me, it's important to learn and develop each and every day. That's the only way to go forward in life.
Rian Swartz. Ek is assistant supervisor in die pre-press afdeling van Newsprint Namibia.
Okay, Meneer Rian, can you just tell us as to how you guys deal with the deadlines that usually come in from NMH on a daily basis?
We are actually dealing with it from day to day. It depends on what the problems are, and it depends also on how fast we can get to our deadlines. As most of all, we're struggling to get our deadlines, but we are working strongly to fit all deadlines in our company.
And how do you make the job more interesting for yourself?
It's always a good thing if you find out the stories beforehand. So that is why I'm so interested in my job, and I like it very much, because you always get the story beforehand and before other Namibians. You can read the whole story.
And can you just tell us how long you've been working here?
I'm actually, this year, I will be working 17 years for Newsprint Namibia.
And during your 17 years, what changes have you seen? Is there any memorable moment or a big highlight that you can take away from the time that you spent here?
Since when I start here, we upgraded specific in our department, in our CTP department. So that's a very big moment for me to be part of such an honor, to be a part of this legacy that we started. To go from an old version to a new version, and still we are growing to get better and better.
Yes, and how well have you guys adapted, especially during your time here, to the different changes, especially with technology advancing every day?
That is a big challenge, but it's always a pleasure to stick with technology and to be part of the nowadays technology and the old times where we come from. So that is a big challenge, but it is a very good challenge as well.
Okay, that will be all, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Good afternoon. My name is Marvelous Shiweda. I'm a press operator at PMH, Namibia. Yeah, that's, I think.
Can you tell us how long you've been working here?
I've been working here since 2009.
Okay.
So, yeah, apparently 15, 16 years.
And during those 15, 16 years, what are some of the things that you've picked up as an operator, and what are some of the changes that you've seen?
Yeah, but to start operating, I started since 2014, because I was in another department before that. So since 2014, I came to the machines, started to study how the machine works, how the printing goes, especially working with the machines. And then so I learned a lot. I started knowing how to print physically with the hand, and colors, putting the colors in, making the colors correct, advertisements and stuff like that.
Okay.
And how the paper works, the way it must run, how the head should look, and yeah, mostly that.
And when you change departments, can you perhaps tell us some of the challenges that you faced?
Some of the challenges you chase, you pick up is like it's a new department. You don't know the guys. You have to start knowing how everybody's attitude is, and how everybody's mentality towards the work is, and then stuff like that. You pick up challenges, and especially you don't know how the thing works exactly. So that's when I have to start learning about everything, and it's not everybody that likes to learn somebody a new thing. So you have to fight to know something. Either you learn it by yourself, just by looking how this person does the thing. You try it You ask help, he tells you, and then there you go.
Okay, and can you tell us how you guys deal with the deadlines, especially when they come from Network Media Hub to you guys?
Mostly the deadlines, we deal with it with ease, especially because we operate with 2 machines most of the time. We divide each other into 2 groups. Yeah, then we start. This one starts the mark, the other one starts the head, and then we produce. So we make sure to take it to the other department. We do it accordingly so that they can also not suffer about the packing and the delivery, so that the cars can go deliver the things. So what we mostly do is when CDP finishes, we make sure as soon as the plates are done, we load them as quickly as possible, and then we make sure the first thing you have to do, you make sure your machine is ready, already ready, just for waiting for the plates to come. When the plates are done, then we load and we start running. So mostly the deadlines, we are on time.
And how do you make the job fun for yourself, or rather interesting?
It's communication with each other, making simple jokes with each other, talk to each other in ease, give each other duties. It doesn't say whether you are the big boss or you are. No, we just talk to each other as friendly as we can, so that we can give the mentality to the person not to be under pressure also.
Okay, and that will be all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, viewers, that brings us to the end of today's episode. That was quite insightful from the different individuals that joined us for today's episode. That was Darren Diergaardt from Hyundai as the sales manager, and as well as Alexander Fase, the NMH consultant for training and development. Well, that is me bringing you to the end of today's episode. Philip Joseph signing out.